Cherry Hill Eagles presents the Brotherhood, the Million Man Talk. First of all, I want to tell y'all a little bit about our program. I'm Raheem, I'm the president of the Cherry Hill Eagles organization. Mr. Eric Hicks is the vice president of the Cherry Hill Eagles organization. James Matthews is the athletic director of the Cherry Hill Eagles organization. And to my right, my sister Kenlane Brown, she's part of the organization. Let me just tell y'all a few things that we do at the Cherry Hill Eagles organization. In July, we have a Peace in the Street cookout. We had a great turnout this year. We had former Mayor Sheila Dixon there, Councilman Razinga, Bill Ferguson. It was beautiful. We do it every July, second week, Peace in the Street cookout. The second thing we had this year was the book bag giveaway. We gave away 200 book bags in the barbershop. The third thing we do is our Thanksgiving giveaway. We gave away 1,300 dinners, 4-course meals last year. Thanksgiving, we fed anybody who wanted to eat. My sister, the one handles that. She does all the cooking and 95% of the finances out of her own pocket too. So thank you for that. We have an appreciation party for anybody that did any kind of contribution. If you flipped a hot dog for us, we appreciate you. So we have an appreciation party at the end of the year for everybody who gave any kind of contribution, time, money, anything. A free dinner for everybody at Capitol Lounge on Pennsylvania Avenue. And we eat free, we party for free, just have a nice time. We give out awards, we give out certificates to let people know that we appreciate it, because everything we do is volunteer. Nobody gets paid on my staff. All this is free. So I appreciate all y'all for what y'all do. I'm gonna turn it over to Mr. Eric Hicks, because I ain't really a speaker.
Thank you, President.
Before we get started, I can't remember everybody, but let me just shout out a few dudes who be in the trenches with us every day. So I gotta shout them out, you know what I'm saying? I'd like to thank Safe Street, because we partnership on everything that they do. The whole crew, Juice Man. I like to shout out my man Sleepy, because he out there at 6 o'clock in the morning helping me set the field up when it's dark out there and none of my coaches ain't showing up. So I definitely want to thank you, Sleepy. I want to thank my man Iceman right here. He supports everything. He got something coming up. What's the day, Iceman? Harvest Festival, Halloween. So please support that. This guy out there helping me. And I got my man Mike from the Rich program. And let me tell y'all how this came up. Let me tell you how this came about with this Million Man Talk. Because I kind of like piggybacked off of Mike. Mike called me and said, man, let's do something in the barbershop, man. A barbershop talk, right? So I said, okay, that sound good. You know what I mean? Feed some kids some pieces and pay for some free haircuts. So we got with Keith, Shane, and Mike, you know what I'm saying, had personality, you know what I mean? And we said, man, we're going to do this, right? When we got there, we didn't know this thing was going to get this deep. We got grown men in there that look like they want to cry. I'm a gangster. I went in the corner. I want to cry too, you know what I mean? But it was deep, man. So I said, we got to do this again and make it a little more big and get a little more people to see this, you know what I'm saying? And that's how this pretty much came about, this Million Man Talk, man. So, Mike, thank you for that. And before we get started, let me just let these few guys come up here and tell y'all a little bit about their program and what they got, because they might got something going on. Because when we start, time gonna fly on us, and we ain't gonna have time to stop. So let me call Iceman up first.
Thanks, Dirk. At Harvest Fest, I'm with Cherry Hill CB alumni. For 7 years, we've been the past 6 years, but this will be our 7th one. As far as the 24th, at 3 o'clock up community building, we have our Forest Harvest Fest. We have like from moon bounces, all kind of food the kids want to eat, magicians. We even had a haunted house behind the stage. Oh, we have a haunted house behind the stage and everything. So it's, other words, it's a kids' day. It's a kids' day. So I'm hoping that everybody show up. So it's the 24th at 3 o'clock. So hopefully I see y'all there. Thank you.
How y'all doing? How y'all doing? How y'all doing? How y'all doing? Come on, Cherry Hill. How y'all doing? All right, all right, all right. We men, right? All right, all right. My next event is Oktoberfest. It's going to be at St. Veronica's. Can y'all hear me? St. Veronica's Parish Hall, Halloween Day from 4 to 7. We're going to have free pizza, games, costume contest, dance contest. Lord Black Night Street going to host it. Night Street going to host it. Shoot City going to give giveaways. And I got Tato coming out to perform. So I hope I see y'all there. October 31st.
That's okay. Okay. All right, y'all, we about to get started. I'm gonna talk a little bit about what we're gonna do. We having an open mic. I mean, this is freelance. Ain't no rules. The only rule we have is you're gonna get about 5 to 7 minutes to speak. We got a lot of people that want to say some things. So, oh, the camera. All right, my bad. All right, so like I say, I'm gonna line the next people up. Whoever wants to speak, ain't no rule to it. Just give a little bit of respect. You know, we got kids 5 years old in it, and we're gonna go from there. But I'm gonna start off, Mr. T.J. Smith, who is the Baltimore City Police spokesperson. I'm told a lot of y'all see him on TV, and we're gonna start off with Mr. Smith. Thank you.
All right, thank you guys for having me. I'm really happy to be here. And you guys need to give yourselves a round of applause for just being here. There's so many young people that won't voluntarily come out to something like this. Men that are here are taking their time out because they don't want to see you guys as the next victims out on the street. As of today, and we're gonna have some real talk in here. And I know we have some young people in here, but the violence is real that's going on in Baltimore, and we need the violence to stop. And that's what these men that are behind me and around this auditorium are here for, to make sure that you guys aren't one of the next on the murder count. And that's not today, it's not 10 years from now, it's forever. It's been 259 people killed in the city of Baltimore this year, as of today. About 240 of them look just like you. Look just like you. We've lost way too many young black men to senseless violence because we don't know how to settle an argument. When I was coming up in the 80s, I remember there was a reputation about Cherry Hill. And Cherry Hill was one of those places you might not want to come to because of violence. And that reputation has changed. It's nothing like it used to be. But sadly, we need that to spread to the rest of the city. Part of the reason that reputation has changed because of people like these guys in here that have volunteered time to spend with you young men so that they can show you guys that there's a different way for conflict resolution. You guys are gonna get in fights with each other, you're gonna argue, you're gonna steal each other's girlfriend at one point, but there's no need to pick up a gun or pick up a knife. Somebody already stole somebody's girlfriend, apparently. But that's part of life of being a child. Getting in fights and that silliness is part of life of being a child. But the violence and the killing is too much. I've spoken to parents who've lost their children, and it's nothing like it. It's nothing like it for them. They don't know how they're gonna move on and survive the very next day because all they wanna do is put their arms around you. Don't put your parents through that by choosing the wrong path. Some of our parents have made some decisions in their lives that might not have been the best at that time, but 20 years ago, from about Saturday, was the Million Man March, which was the Day of Atonement, which is a day of forgiveness. We have to learn to forgive, and you have to learn to let go and try to make good with the differences that you might have with your family. If your fathers are absent, there are men here that want to make sure that you're on the right path and make sure you can learn how to tie that fishing line if you want to tie that fishing line. But don't give up. Don't give up. You got to keep pressing on. You're going to see some stuff around you. Y'all are sadly going to see funerals, but it's too many young people. This year we've had more children under the age of 18 today on October 7th that have been shot and killed in the city than all of last year. That's not a stat to be proud of. We like to wear it with a badge of honor that we're the home of the wire. But all those characters that got killed on the wire are somewhere in Hollywood waiting on their next gig. All the real people are buried somewhere around the city. We're going to Vaughn Green way too much. We're just making them popular. But it's all about decision making. And it's all about you being a leader as young men. Many of you are on football teams, and that's a good thing for y'all to be a part of in order not to become a statistic. Now, there's a lot of police and community relationship problems that they talk about. And I recently got back to Baltimore from Anne Arundel County. I was a spokesperson there for a bit. But I grew up in Baltimore and was here all my life, for all my school life. And the opportunity was to come back here to Baltimore. And when I got a call to come out to speak to all of you, it was a no-brainer. Absolutely, I would be here. Because we want to show you as men that life is not going to be perfect. Life is going to be hard. Life is going to have its obstacles. It's going to be hills to climb, mountains to climb, a lot of weight to carry on, hold on to. But you can do it. You're going to watch the news and they're going to tell you how bad Baltimore City Public Schools are. I'm a product of Baltimore City Public Schools. You guys can do whatever you want to do. I've gone to college. I've gotten a degree. I got a bunch of loans I got to pay back because of those degrees. But I did it, and I did it on the backs of Baltimore City Public Schools. So don't believe all the hype. We're becoming an endangered species as black men. People cross the street when they see us. Don't let this suit fool you, because when I'm not wearing this, I'm wearing regular clothes. And people look at me just like they look at anyone else that looks like me. So don't let that stuff fool you, because we get treated the same way. And what we have to do is rebel against low expectations. I'm going to be honest with you. I'm going to be real with you. White folks are laughing at us because we're talking about Black Lives Matter. It's 259 people dead in Baltimore, and over 240 of them are black lives that did not need to die. This past weekend, a 9-year-old girl was shot. Shot 1 block down from where a 3-year-old girl was killed a year ago. Because what? Some young people with guns are shooting recklessly and wildly and don't care about any of us. I don't want that to become any of you. The busier you stay, the less time you have to be in the streets and doing something that can get you in trouble. That's football, that's basketball, that's the studying, that's being here tonight. Everything these men are going to teach you and everything you're going to hear tonight is for your own benefit. It might not be for right now, but it'll be for the future. And those of you who are going to emerge as the leaders of this group, step up and make sure your fellow brother or your fellow sister doesn't fall victim to these streets. Because I'm tired of seeing it. It's a horrible thing seeing it. There was a 71-year-old man who was killed in a shopping center just the other day. He survived the Civil Rights Act that many of us learned about in Black History Month when we didn't have rights. He survived that, but he didn't survive the streets of Baltimore. We can make this city better. We can change the perception of young black men, but it starts with you. You're the generation that matters most at this point in time.
In the same way you're competing to get something that seems like it's on the other side of this conversation, you need to compete in life. The space that you want is finite, meaning it's limited. 1 in 50,000 young people who aspire to become a professional athlete actually make it to the professional leagues. 1 in 50,000. I believe you could be that one. Don't ruin your dream or not pursue your dream. But a smart strategist figures out how they're going to pursue their dream and also have other plans in place in case their dream doesn't become a reality. The difference between your dream becoming a reality or not is how hard you work and how well you compete. So you're in competition with one another and you're together with one another at the same time. We're going to help you succeed. For everyone who said they don't have a mentor, you need to see Raheem. Because there's a mentorship program right here. And if you're not taking it seriously, you're making a big, 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 big mistake.
I don't mean to cut you off, but y'all know Coos and Mike and I'm gonna get y'all. They ain't y'all mentor, who they call to go to the schools, my coaches. So y'all don't get in trouble. Y'all do about 50 push-ups and run around the block when y'all get to practice tomorrow.
All right, with that, I'm gonna close my comments and say that I'm happy to meet you. I'm supportive of your team, and we're gonna make certain there are some rewards for those who make it and provide the most exemplary model for being a competitor and being a team player. All right? Y'all must not have heard me. Y'all all right with that? Y'all gonna compete? Y'all better talk to me. All right now, y'all take it light.
Thank you. Mike Battle from the RISK program.
How y'all doing? How y'all doing? All right, listen up real quick. I don't speak long. Real quick. Listen, young brothers, listen to me. These streets is not a game. You understand that? It's people out here dying. These streets do not love you back. You understand what I'm saying? Do not be mimicking and gimmicking what these rappers talking about on albums and all that. You have to understand the difference between reality and entertainment. You understand what I'm saying? Okay, you stay focused. Whatever your dream is, stay focused. Do not be afraid to be yourself. Stand out. Don't try to fit in. Do you understand? Stand out. Don't try to fit in. Listen up, young brothers. Listen to me. Listen to me. It's not a game out here. It's real out here. Carry yourself as young men. Love your mother. Respect your mother. Don't be out in these streets cussing. Listen to your teacher. Get your education. You need your education, young brothers. You really need your education to get somewhere in life. You understand that? When you're on that football field, you listen to your coaches. My mother always told me if it was a drunk man in a gutter, listen to what he got to say. You never know where your help going to come from. Everybody is out here trying to help you young brothers. Y'all the future of our city. We dependent on y'all. Y'all understand that? Really, we really dependent on y'all. So y'all can't be out here showing off, cutting up. You know, when you on the football field, listen to your coaches. Put 110% in, man. You want to go to the NFL, right? Yeah. Okay, you got to put 110% effort on that football field, young brothers. You really do. Do the same thing in school. Take it to the max. When y'all go to gym, listen up. Listen up, because this is not a game. You have to pay attention to what I'm saying and all these men in here saying. We took time out our evenings because we love y'all. We love y'all. We care about y'all. You have to pay attention. It's not a joke. You understand? Yeah, so when you go to school, man, really listen to your teacher. Really pay attention. Really try to learn. If you're not getting it, if you're not getting that math work, pull your teacher to a side. Don't be ashamed. Pull your teacher to a side. Look, I don't understand this. Can you help me out? Because you need that. You need to be able to count your money, right? Yeah, you need that. You need to know how to read them contracts for the NFL, right? You don't want to depend on the next man to tell you this is good because they'll burn you for your money. So you have to know what you're doing. You have to take care of yourself. You have to love yourself and you have to take care of yourself. You understand? Peace and love, young brothers.
Juice man.
Good evening. My name is Jay Brothers. I'm a brother. Assalamu alaikum. To the Cherry Hill Eagles, I'm one of y'all biggest fans. I want to see y'all go all the way, represent Cherry Hill. You know, last year y'all did real good, and I encourage y'all to keep doing good. I'm down there on the field, cheering y'all on. You know, to the running backs, the quarterbacks, the linemen, all y'all continue to work as a team. You know, and even off the field, y'all stick together. All right? And y'all keep y'all grades up, man. And listen to y'all parents. Y'all be strong, all right?
Iceman.
All right, how y'all doing out there? Let's go. Thank you. This is gonna be short and sweet. It's just something that I want y'all to think about. It's something I've read. I had mentioned it once before, a few weeks ago, up the barbershop when we was talking. But one thing, when I read this, I was really upset. So let me finish before y'all start judging me. It started off, it was like, I will abuse you. I will kidnap you. I will have you doing anything that I want y'all to do. Steal from each other, hurt each other. But I'm gonna tell you one thing though. This is straight from what I'm talking about. I will give you back to your loved ones and your parents, for they can bury you. That's a guarantee. Signed by the street. The street is real. I can't sugarcoat nothing. I lived out Cherry Hill over 40 years. I've been shot, I've been stabbed, busted in the eye with a bat, busted in the face with a bottle. One thing I can say, everybody was running from that. That's how I got hit while they was running. I'm a 6th-degree black belt. I know how to box. One thing, I can count how many fights I was in on one hand. Probably don't need all the fingers. It was just a challenge. Some of the fights that I was in, the same people that I was fighting, they my best friends today. I can talk, we could talk. But y'all generation, y'all afraid to lose. So y'all come back and hurt each other. The message I'm trying to leave for all y'all little brothers out there, y'all gotta have each other back. You got to have each other back. Because if y'all don't do that, who y'all gonna have? And the Eagles, I watched y'all the other day when y'all was playing. It was real. It was real. I had flashbacks when this guy right here, one of our coaches, when he had us out there doing what y'all was doing. I had flashbacks. So this brother here, that he passed the torch to, that's helping y'all out, I'm telling y'all, man, look up to it. Because somebody gonna have to take his place. And it might be one of y'all. So I'm telling y'all, when this brother Mike back here said that he loved y'all, we all love y'all. Because we wouldn't be here now. Keep your heads up, little brothers.
All y'all Cherry Hill Eagles, y'all want to play in the NFL, right? Yeah! Y'all want to play in the NFL, right? Yeah! So y'all know y'all can't play in the NFL if you don't pass high school, because you can't play if you're not eligible. Can't play college if you're not eligible. Well, we got a guy here that's homegrown from Cherry Hill that played in the NFL. I never played in the NFL. He can tell y'all exactly how to get there, how to stay there, what he got there. So I'm going to introduce Mr. Walter Wilson, Cherry Hill own, ex-NFL player.
Thanks, babe. Most of you kids do know me because you know I was a teacher over across the street, correct? All right. I heard a young man earlier say 1 out of 50,000 make it to the NFL. Well, the odds are higher than that. But what I want you to realize is dreams do come true. And why I'm telling you that, because I sat in the same seat you guys are sitting one day, and a guy from the NFL came and talked to a group of kids like you. And I was sitting there. But this was in Greater Model Recreation Center, uptown, over in West Baltimore. It was Glenn Dowdy. You guys don't know Glenn Dowdy, but he was a Baltimore coach. And after he finished talking to us, I visioned that one day I was gonna make it to the NFL. And I told him, we had a conversation, he and I. And I said, man, I'm gonna do something you've done. He said, what's that? I said, I'm gonna make it all the way to the NFL. He said, what is it gonna take? It's gonna take hard work. It's gonna take dedication. It don't take you sitting in the house all day on your little PSP. See, I never played a video game. I'm 50 years old. I never played a video game in my life. Why? Because I played outside in the streets. We was in the playground playing football all day long. When you got up in the morning, mama pretty much put you out the house. And you played all day. She called you for lunch. She called you for dinner. Y'all don't know that because y'all stay in the house too much. I didn't have a personal trainer. I had personal inspiration. I had personal dedication because I wanted to get somewhere. I wanted to get out of the hood. Now here's a question for you, and I want somebody to answer this question. You answer this question right, I'm gonna give you this shirt I have up here. It's called Project 84. It's a little group I deal with. It's a football mentoring camp that I run from time to time. How do you get out of the hood? Somebody answer that question for me. Answer the question for me.
Education and hard work and dedication.
Okay, that's good, but that's not the answer I'm looking for. Good answer, though.
By going to school.
That's a good answer, but not the answer I'm looking for, though.
High school.
I'm gonna give you a hint. It begins with a D.
Dedication?
Nope.
Getting your degree?
Nope. You gotta get out of the hood first. How you get out of here?
Diploma?
Nope. I said D.
Determined?
Nope. Come on, it's simple.
Drive?
Nope.
My man might be smart. Ask the question.
Dreams?
Say it again. Dreams? Nope.
You still?
Nope. The next letter after that is an E.
I guess you're going to tell them they can't get it.
Destiny?
Nope, not your destiny.
Give it the
DEC.
Give it the Reds. Give it the Reds. Give it the Reds.
Determination?
Nope. I said DEC.
Destination?
Nope.
Decide?
Nope. Come on, I got two more. Come on. Come on.
Decision?
You gotta make the right decision.
Decisions.
gotta make the right decisions. And what I mean is this. When you get to a certain age, you see your friends out there making a little bit of money, and you might want to do the same thing. And it might not be the right way, might be illegal. But if you go the illegal way, you're making the wrong decision. So it's very important that you make the correct decisions, and decisions happen all the time. But it can cost you your life, or you might end up in jail. And there's your football career down the drain. But earlier I was talking about making it to the NFL. And it's gonna be very difficult. The first thing you need to do is make it out of high school. And get to high school. And make the right grades. So you can get a high school diploma. Then go to college and then get a college degree. So you can have a choice of what type of job you want in life. That's very important. You can dress real nice, or you can be a bum. But that's what an education will do for you. An education gives you the ability to do a job and do it well and make some money. Because all of us like a little bit of money. So you can drive a nice car, buy your house, and all that good stuff. I want to say a couple little things and I'm going to be done. Should have wore my glasses. And this is reference to football. First thing you need is good skills. If you're a wide receiver, you need good hands. If you're a running back, you need some speed. You're a DB, you need some good footwork and change your direction. Safety, you need to hit somebody. You need to learn how to tackle. Defensive lineman, you need to learn technique. Offensive lineman, you need footwork. I know most of you guys are small right now, but you're gonna get big. Some of y'all gonna be offensive linemen, defensive linemen. Everybody can't be a star. Just know this, I want you to know this, in being a team player, you gotta play your role. Everybody can't be the man. You need role players. Y'all hear what I'm saying? And you can't get jealous of your players. You can't get jealous. Because everybody don't have all the skill set. If I look around in this room, when I was young, I used to play against most of these guys in basketball, football, and baseball. I was from the top of the hill, these guys were from the bottom of the hill, but it was rivalry time every time we got together.
Not beefing, rivalry time,
and
sports.
We didn't fight. That's why we still friends today. All it was playing the game. Love the game. And love the people you're playing against. It's just a game, gentlemen. And after the game, you shake hands, you be friends. Because you'll see these guys in school, you see them in the street. Learn how to get along with everybody. But most of all, I want to tell you the most important thing I want all y'all to understand is learn to respect yourself. That's when you make right choices. Learn to respect your house, your home, especially your parents. And get your peers some respect. Most of y'all, you know, you see somebody don't look the same, you don't dress the same, don't smell the same. Don't criticize, don't laugh, don't joke about, because it could be you. Everybody don't have the same circumstances, everybody don't have the same money, everybody's parents don't have the same job. But I want you to understand something. Respect each other, and you will get somewhere in life. All right, I'll see you guys. I got one thing else to show you guys real quick. I'll let Dirk bring it around. It's a championship football ring that I got when I was in the CFL. Not the NFL, but in the CFL. I never wore it. It's been in that case for 21 years.
right, calm down, calm down, calm down, calm down.
Hey, look, settle down, y'all. He'll show it to you. We moving on. Hey,
Moving
coaches,
on. Everybody sit down. We're moving on. We on time. We on time. We on time.
Coaches, we
on
need
time.
y'all to help keep these kids in order and paying attention. All right, we have Brother Elliot from Nation of Islam.
Assalamu alaikum. Assalamu alaikum. For those of you who do not know what that means, it means peace be unto you. The proper response back is wa alaikum salam. So we're going to try this again. Assalamu alaikum. All right. Now, what you're telling me, when I greet you in peace, you're telling me, when you say wa alaikum salam, unto you be peace, or peace be unto you. Look at the greeting. I greet you in peace, you greet me back in peace. Isn't that a wonderful greeting? Imagine if everyone would greet each other in peace. Imagine if Cherry Hill lived in peace. That is the way we want to greet each other all the time. And that is the way we want to act all the time. Because we do not believe that we should be the aggressor. But when aggressed upon, we fight with those who fight with us, and we stick together just like the eagles until victory is won. Now, I want to share something with you. I'm not going to be long. Y'all all right? Y'all all right? I'm in the Nation of Islam under the leadership of Minister Louis Farrakhan. And I didn't just wake up this way. I want to share a quick story with you. My desire, one of those D's, was to be a musician. And when I was little, when I was young, I started to play the bass guitar. And I learned very early how to play the bass guitar. And some of my friends in my neighborhood, some played the drums and some played horns. We got together and we had a little band and we had a nice group. In fact, we even came out here to Cherry Hill and played right here in Cherry Hill. Had a wonderful time. But as I was growing up, something happened. When I was growing up, when I got out of the 6th grade, moving into the 7th grade, I started experimenting with cigarettes. Never smoked a cigarette in my life until I got to about the 7th grade. And something happens to a young male, black male, when he is transitioned from one age to another, from one school to another, from one grade to another. That something happened to me because I was in search of an identity. I was in search of who I really was as a human being. And unfortunately, at that time, I did not have the proper role models like you have today with Brother Raheem and many others. I didn't have the proper role models around me to show me and to mentor me into manhood, from boyhood to manhood. So what I saw in cigarettes was an introduction into manhood. So I started experimenting with cigarettes. Just by the show of hands, how many of you know that smoking cigarettes is a drug? Cigarettes is a drug. So if cigarettes is a drug, you can get addicted to cigarettes. Is that right? Yeah. Well, I got addicted to smoking cigarettes. Shortly after, my best friend, Reggie, lived across the street from me. He came out one day with something that looked like a cigarette, but it wasn't a cigarette. Y'all know what I'm talking about. You call it loud today. You call it weed today. We smoked that joint in his basement And I felt and had a feeling that I never had before. Now I went from smoking cigarettes to smoking marijuana. Listen, that was my first time smoking marijuana, but it was not my last. Now this is what happens when you start escalating in your drug addiction. You think it's fun, and it becomes fun in the beginning. But then once you start, it's hard to stop. I started smoking marijuana. I was in the 8th grade smoking marijuana. I said, I will never drink. I will never drink beer. Because I saw all the adults, they would drink beer, they would drink liquor. I said, I'm not going to do that, especially when I see them spitting up and all of that and acting like a fool and falling out, can't wake up. That wasn't me. But see, after you smoke marijuana, after you smoke weed for a certain amount of time, you're only going to get but so high, and then after that, guess what? You need to go to another level, and you're growing up now. Now you're moving from the 8th grade to the 9th grade. There are other people that are around you. You see them drinking. They're not acting like you act when you just smoke marijuana. So now you take a sip of beer. There's nothing wrong with a drink of beer every now and then. But once you start, it's hard to stop. So once I started drinking beer, now I'm smoking cigarettes, I'm smoking weed, and I'm drinking beer. But I would never drink liquor. I saw all the adults drinking liquor, and they would be spitting up, not waking up, going to jail, fighting. But after you drink beer and smoke marijuana and smoke cigarettes for a while, that gets old. You're only going to get but so high. Now I'm moving from the 9th grade going into the 10th grade. Guess what? Somebody opened up a bottle of Bacardi. Just take a little sip. It don't take much. Just a little sip. You won't feel the difference. That one sip sent me to the bathroom. I mean, I was hugging on to the toilet. My older adults that are here, raise your hand if you know what I'm talking about. Some of you young people know too. You're just not raising your hand. Listen, it didn't stop there. Now, I'm smoking cigarettes, I'm smoking marijuana, I'm drinking beer, I'm drinking liquor, but that's not all. Because after you do that, you only get but so high. Now here come Peanut. Here come little Mickey. Not you, Mickey. Somebody introduces you to something that's in a piece of aluminum foil. And everybody seems to be enjoying themselves, but you. What's a little snort here and a little snort there? Cocaine, heroin, right? So now I'm being introduced to another drug. Now look at my body. Look at my mind. Look at me. I'm totally destroying myself. I do not know who I am. My body is constantly, always asking to get higher and higher and higher. And do you know what high I was looking for? I was looking for that very first high when I smoked that first joint. You will never get that high back again. All you do is you go down, 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 down with all of the drugs that you put in your body. You don't look the same. You don't act the same. You don't feel the same. And it sends you into a perpetual hell. Do you understand? Do you understand? the story did not stop there. I'm not going to be long. Now I need to have these drugs in my body, and in order for me to have a need, I had to find a way. So now I'm breaking law. I'm doing whatever I need to get the coke, to get the dope, to get the drink, to get the smoke. So now I'm stealing. Not only am I stealing from people that I don't know, I'm stealing from people that I know. And I'm talking about stealing from moms when moms is in the shower. Stealing from pops, stealing from auntie, stealing from grandma. See? Now I'm a grown adult. I dropped out of school because school didn't have anything for me. Not when you doped up. Not when you have no more desire to do anything but get high. And I needed more time to do more stealing so I can get higher. Well, of course, eventually, I wound up pulling an armed robbery. Because I went from snorting dope to shooting dope. See? And that armed robbery landed me with 16 years. Sent straight to the penitentiary. Never in my life had I been into a male prison before. But the story didn't end there. When I got to prison, I'm in Hagerstown, Maryland, penitentiary, serving a 16-year prison sentence. Never been in prison before in my life. Afraid to death. Put in a prison cell. And a prison cell is literally a 5x5, in some cases 6x6. What is that? That's 6 feet by 6 feet, or 6 feet by 5 feet. You can take both arms, stretch them out like that, and you'll touch both walls. Do you understand? I was forced to live that way for 8 years. There are men in this room right now that can bear witness that living in prison is hell. While I was in prison, I met individuals that was trying to save and change their life. Stand up, Mickey. This is one of the brothers right here that I met when I was incarcerated to help me be the man that I am today. And there are others here. Is Malik still here? Where is he? He may have left. But I wanted to share this with you to show you how it escalates, how it only goes up, 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 and then it crashes. Now look, when I went to prison, and I'm getting ready to close out, when I went to prison, I just didn't go to prison myself because my mother was destroyed. See, when you go to prison, you destroy your family. When you go to prison, your mother, your sister, your brother, your auntie, you lock all of them up too. So my big brother talked about making right decisions. You have to make right decisions right now, because as young black men in the city of Baltimore and throughout the diaspora of the United States, you're public enemy number one. Understand that. We'll go into that at another time, hopefully at another seminar that we can have dealing with young black males and the conspiracy to destroy young black males. So I want to come back and talk to you. Will that be all right? All right. In closing, I want to mention the Million Man March. This is the 20th anniversary of the Million Man March. In other words, in 1995, 1 million men met on the mall in Washington, D.C., 1.5 to be exact. I was blessed to be there. I went to prison when I was 27 years old. When I came home, I was a 35-year-old man. But when I came home, I went right to the Million Man March. I was blessed to get home at that particular time. At the end of the day, the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan gave us a pledge. He asked all of us to recite that pledge by using our name. I'm going to give you just a few points of the pledge, and I'm going to ask all of you, young men and adults, to stand. Can you stand at this time? Now, I'm going to start the pledge. When I say your name, I need for you to say your name. I say your name. Pledge that from this day forward, I will strive to love my brother as I love myself. I say your name. Pledge that from this day forward, I will strive to improve myself spiritually, morally, mentally, socially, politically, and economically for the benefit of myself, my family, and my people. I say your name. Pledge that I will strive to build businesses, build houses, build hospitals, build factories, and to enter international trade for the good of myself, my family, and my people. I say your name. Pledge that from this day forward, I will never raise my hand with a knife or a gun to beat, cut, or shoot any member of my family or any member of the human species. I say your name. Will never again use the B word to describe any female, particularly my own black sister. I say your name. Will do all this, so help me God. Give yourselves a round of applause.
Hello, everybody. Young brothers. My name is Pastor Paul Rooks. I grew up out in Cherry Hill. I lived out here practically all my life. But before I gave my life to God, I made a lot of bad choices and a lot of bad decisions. I want y'all to listen to this because I was just like you a long time ago. I want to ask each and one of y'all a question today. How many of y'all here know how to pray? The young fellas, let me see. How many of y'all here know how to pray? How many of y'all know who God is? And the reason why I'm telling you this is because there might come a point in time in your life where you might have to make a decision and mommy might not be there. Daddy might not be there. Your uncles, your sisters, and your brothers might not be there. There's two types of choices that you can make in life. There's a good one, and then there's a bad one. Many of you will make good choices in your life, and I honestly believe that. But then some of you might make a bad choice. What do you do once you make a bad choice? A lot of good answers. What happens when you make one mistake like I did, and you make a wrong turn, and you hit it down destruction, a road of destruction, and you don't know how to find your way back? Well, I want you to know that I made a lot of bad choices many years ago. I was left for dead 4 times. I was homeless for a whole year. I was strung out on 5 or 6 different types of drugs. I've been in and out of prison practically all my life. But one day, I decided I was going to do something different. I said it's time for me to make the right choice and the right decisions. The first thing I stopped doing was I stopped blaming other people for my choices. I stopped making excuses for my negligence. I said if I'm going to be a man, then I need to learn how to think like a man. You don't have to be what the world is looking at you or portraying you to be. No, you're not a statistic. Greater are you that is within you than you that's of the world. In other words, there is more power in you than you ever can imagine. As long as you got the determination, you can become or do anything that you choose to do. You don't have to be like your uncle that you see drinking and doing wrong things. You don't have to be like your father who might not have his life all together. You don't have to be like any of those type of people, but find you a good role model. You know, the same thing that we're doing now, we had guys that used to live out here that was older than us. Some of them, when I see them, they standing out here right now. They used to tell us, young brother, don't end up like this. Don't do the things that you see us doing. And they used to tell us when they seen us doing bad things, they would say, hey, come here for a minute. Pull your pants up. You're supposed to be a man. Be a man. You don't have to be like what you see on television, because I want y'all to understand something. And I want y'all to get this. A lot of the rappers, the music that you listen to, and the lyrics that you hear them saying, some of y'all see these things in your own community. But one thing you don't realize is the smoking, the weed, and all other stuff that they show in the videos, they not teaching their little kids that stuff. See, their little kids are going to private school, and they're not allowed to do the things that they put out there in their rap videos. So, in other words, they tell their kids, this is how I make my living, so this is how I portray myself. But when they are home, it's a totally different story. We all live in communities where we see shooting, we see all kinds of things going on, but your goal is to make it out of the community. Now, even after being in prison practically all my life and doing drugs and making bad choices and bad decisions, one day I decided I was going to get myself together, and I did. I did what some people do, most people do, but then some take a different direction. I looked up towards God is what I did. I began to start praying and talking to God, because I knew if my life was going to change, then it had to be something that was greater than me that could help me change my mind and how I looked at life and how I was making my choices or decisions. How many of y'all here know how to pray? Do you pray every day? Are you praying before you go to bed? What about when you get up in the morning? Are you talking to God? Do you know who God is? That's a good start. Now, one thing I did was I decided that I was going to get my life together. And when I decided to start seeking God in that direction, a lot of things began to start changing. The first thing he did was he taught me how to think right. He taught me how to make better choices and decisions. He told me that in spite of how the world look at me, all my failures cannot stop my destination to where he was trying to take me. In other words, once I got my life together, I set it out in a new adventure as far as my life. Not that long ago, 12 years ago, on my job. And we know that once you make a couple mistakes, nobody want to employ you, nobody don't want to hire you. Some of you brothers know what I'm talking about. But I put my faith in God. I became a truck driver for this company. And as I began to start working for them, I grew into the company. And because of my wisdom and knowledge that I learned when I was out on the street, I got promoted. And then I got promoted again. And now I'm the first African American in my company to be a salesperson. They've been in business for 35 long years. And I'm the first, and I'm still the only one to be doing what I'm doing. Yeah, I make good money doing what I'm doing, but I don't want to boast and brag about that. What I'm trying to get you to understand is sometimes you're going to have to make a choice of decision. Make a godly decision. Don't get caught up to what everybody else is doing. Give yourself an opportunity to be the best that you can be. If you don't know who God is, when you go home, talk to your parents about who he is. Reach out to him, because I'm going to tell you, little young brothers, y'all going to need him in this lifetime. And if they don't know who he is, then you tell your parents you want to be introduced to him. Because he is the greater, better role model than you will ever find here in this lifetime. I'm not talking about Jay-Z. I'm not talking about Tupac. I'm not talking about Michael Jackson. I'm talking about God. He's the best role model that you will ever find. Why? Because he will never leave you. He will never forsake you. He will never turn his back on you. Even when you fail and fall down, he will look beyond your faults and he will still see to your needs. When you're hungry, he'll step in and he'll find a way to feed you. When you get in trouble, he'll find a way to pull you out of the trouble. Do anybody know what I'm talking about? I'm talking about God. The best role model that you ever can have. So remember, little brothers, if you by any chance make one mistake and go down that wrong road, always remember this day, of all the brothers that came up and told you that there is a better way. I'm telling you tonight, look towards God to help you in your decision making. Amen.
What's up, everybody? What's up, young people? Listen, I need you to do me a favor. Clap. When I say clap, I need you to do it like this. Clap. Clap. Whenever I say clap, I just need you to do that. Will you do that? My name is Carl. I'm from East Baltimore, born and raised, but I'm an adopted son of Cherry Hill for real. I come here every week for the last 20 years to get my hair cut. And I say that for a reason, because this is a great community. Where is Channel 2 now? Where's Channel 11 and Channel 13 now when we're doing some good work? But nobody want to talk about that. But they good to trace us out on the line and promote that. So I'm here because I want to be here. I'm a storyteller, and I want to give you some information. I don't care what you heard. I'm here to motivate you and to educate you. Because I sat in a seat just like you with big dreams, but I had no idea how I was going to do it. So I'm Senior Executive Vice President at Procter & Gamble. So I managed 15 managers that managed 1,500 people across the country. So I'm sitting in a boardroom, the only black man in there, and everybody else don't look like me. And I'm telling you this because it's going to help us with this story a little later on. And so I'm the same guy that came from East Baltimore who hung with a bunch of killers. Back then, we was going to Odell's. I did not know how to dance. I don't look as good as I did. I was extra dark. Y'all not saying nothing. I said I was extra. I was not confident. But what I was is, everybody talked about other stuff, but I did white collar crimes. I'm the dude who can get your social security number. I'm the dude who know how to make money disappear. I hung with killers. I was getting plenty of money, and they loved me so much, they said, yo, you need to leave us alone. You need to go do what you too smart for this. And so I came from nothing, and I believe I could do anything. And I took that and tried to find a mentor, and I didn't have one. We didn't have a setting like this. So I had to look at TV and find people that I thought that I wanted to be like. And so what I used to get there is 3 things I want to teach you. Clap. Come on, Eagles, y'all slow. Clap. 3 things I want to teach you that's going to be very important. I don't care what you heard. And the 3 are 3 F's. It's faith, it's family, and it's finance. And so if this is your foundation, this is what we're doing. We all eating subs today. I'm teaching you, I'm going to give you the bread, and I'm going to give you the meat. But when I'm done, you're going to have your own toppings on your sandwich. You feel me? How many of y'all, anybody hungry? Clap. Okay, so faith. All right, this is the only time y'all going to get loose and Raheem ain't going to get you. Stand up. For 30 seconds, I want you to turn up. Break your leg. You better do something. Everybody dance. Break your leg. Do something, brick your leg. What's your move? What you got? Are you juking on what you? That's half of y'all ain't moving. Everybody move. You better do something. Stand up. Stand up. Brick your leg. Do what you do. Stand up. Now sit down. Isn't it amazing you thought that chair was going to hold you up? You really didn't know if that chair was going to hold you up. The reason you knew is because you did it 1,000,000 times before, and you would take a better gamble that the chair would hold you up. That's the kind of faith you need. The idea of what you want to be. I was good with my hands, and I can hoop and play football, but based on the chances, I decided to be a businessman because I like money. And I'm going to tell you later why I like money, what you're going to do with it. So the same faith you need, you got to be able to believe when you don't see it. The same faith you need is the faith you need, just like when you sit out in that chair, you knew it was going to hold you up. That's the type of faith you need. Family. Family is very important. God ordained it from the beginning, husband, wife, and child. But guess who else is your family? Guess who else is your family? The person on your right and your left. Your team member, your community is your family. We family now. Some of my friends are thicker than the blood in my real family. And so it's important for you to take care of the family that's around you. If they ain't doing good, you shouldn't be doing good. You know if something's up, you need to tell coach if they ain't looking good, they ain't looking right. If something's going on, this is how you hear about people that kill themselves. Depression and sad because they don't think they can make it. When you look at a glass of water, listen, I want you to look at it as if it's half full and not half empty. It's half full and not half empty. Last but not least, we're going to talk about finances. So it's a lot you can do with money, but I want you to understand you have a responsibility when you get it. And when you get money, it's all about changing, and I want you all to kill the curse in your family. I was the first male in my family to get a master's degree, and that was a curse that I wanted to kill. I knew all the people in my family were smart, but they didn't have the opportunity to go to school and further their education. That allowed me, and it changed the DNA of my family physically and financially, okay? So when y'all get that money from playing football, you owe us. You better come back to this community, and you gotta give like there is no tomorrow. You make the money to give the money away. You've heard a word, and I want to teach you about it. It's called philanthropy. All white people ain't the only philanthropist. Philanthropy is nothing more than a big word that talks about loving human nature. It doesn't say how much money you got to give. In fact, it doesn't say that you got to give money at all. There's a portion of it, but it doesn't have to be that. If I choose to share my ramen noodles with you, that's what I'm going to do. Clap. Very good. And so philanthropy, when you get the money, you got to give it all away, majority of it, because the truth is what you put out comes back to you. So, for example, some of us drive luxury cars, that's fine. It's like, oh, you got a Benz or this and that. Not so much for the name, but you got to have a purpose for what you do. You want to have a big car. The reason I might have a nice car is because it holds its value. So if I go to trade it in or get another one, I won't lose money on it. Just don't get stuff to be having stuff. Stuff don't make you. You make the stuff. That jersey ain't making you. You make the jersey. That's why your number different. So you got to make your life what it is. 3 F's, you got to remember that. Faith, family, and finance. Clap. Last but not least, I love all kind of crazy stuff. Not only do I watch reality TV, that's why it's a reality. Don't follow that foolishness. But I like to see how people think. One of the other things I do is watch nature TV. And so it's interesting that y'all are eagles. And the eagle is a very interesting creature. And the fact that it's one of the biggest in the rapture community. And it's the biggest of birds. So it's interesting to have real big eyes so they can really see and focus on their prey. It's not by mistake that you're an eagle. You got to have eyes big enough to have faith to be able to focus on what it is you want to do. But interestingly enough, the eagle shouldn't really be able to fly because of how large its beak is and how large its head is. But there's one problem. Nobody told the eagle. So we telling you, don't let nobody tell you what you can't do. I come from the hood and I'm proud of it. So I don't look like what I've been through. They would say, not you. So you got to trace it all the way back and to give back to what you do. We're counting on you. So when I'm an old man in a nursing home and you're coming back to give the money, just make sure they change my pamper and pat my head. Will y'all do that? Clap!
Thank you, guys. Thank you. My name is Ray Conaway. I work here at the Patapsco Recreation Center. I've done so for the past 15 months. I know a lot of our young men here this evening, a lot of our Eagle players. I see you, Tyler. I see you. He raised his hand. He wanted me to recognize him. So since we got the Eagles here, I want to ask y'all a football question. Do you know who Deion Sanders is? Tez, who's Deion Sanders? 21 for the Cowboys. What other team did he play for? Falcons? Ravens? 49ers? Okay. And he played baseball also, that's right. Deion Sanders is the only athlete to ever play in the Super Bowl and the World Series at the same time. But Deion Sanders said something one time when I was watching him on television. He said, you must accept responsibility for your location, your situation, and your destination. Responsibility is accountability that enhances your possibilities. So that's going to be my message. I'm going to tell you where you are right now as elementary school students, middle school students, your maturation process. You are being built to be strong men. The pain that you may endure, and some of you complain about the little stuff. You complain you get too much homework. You complain your project is too hard. But some of you go through a lot of tough things. The pain that you endure is going to make you even stronger down the line when the same task pops up again. And you've already tackled it, so it's not going to be something that you're unfamiliar to. Your situation and your destination. Responsibility is accountability that enhances your possibilities. When your coach sees that you're the leader of the team, when you are the one picking up your injured teammate on the field, your coach pays attention to that. Your coach sees that you can lead this team when they're not there. So when you become a CEO with little experience, but because you played on the Cherry Hill Eagles and you performed so well and you led the team and you be a CEO at 25 and people ask, how did you do it? I came from Cherry Hill, that's your answer. And someone says, well, what does that mean? Obviously, you've never been there. You don't know the struggles that the Cherry Hill folks come through. But it's a beautiful struggle. It's a struggle that you can be proud of. It's a struggle that's going to make you into a greater person. A struggle that you can be proud to tell other people. So, my last message, and I saw a video about this a few weeks ago from a famous pastor. And hopefully you'll go home and watch it. But I want to give you my favorite part of the sermon that he spoke about. It was Reverend Jamal Bryant. He gave a sermon called, I Hope You Fail. I hope you fail. Because failure will put you in good company. I can't list all the people who have started a project and failed. Somebody said Michael Jordan. Michael Jordan was cut from his high school's basketball team. The coach told him he was too short and he should go play baseball. Michael Jordan is what, a 6-time NBA champion? 5, 6, whatever it is. 6. I hope you fail. He said, Winston Churchill, who's too old for you all to remember, Winston Churchill didn't get elected into office until he was 60 years old. He went on to become a great public servant overseas. I hope you fail. He said Anita Baker, who's a famous singer, sent her demo record to all the record companies she could think of. One record company sent her a letter back and told her, don't quit your day job. But she went on and said, I'm still gonna give you the best that I got. I hope you fail. When you fail, failure is nothing but success turned inside out. Nothing happens overnight, you know that, right? It takes hard work. It takes time. You gotta be patient to achieve your dreams. So everybody, all my Eagles who got a dream, raise your hand. So when you get ready to achieve your dream, please don't get impatient, because it's gonna come. And when it's gonna come, you're gonna really enjoy sitting back and saying, wow, I waited this long for this. The wait is worth it. The wait is worth it. And finally, you know, I gotta give it back to Coach again. I said a quote at Mr. Battle's event at the barbershop a few weeks ago on that, and I guess it made an impact because Coach Raheem, he loved it so much, so I want to share it with you all who weren't there. Malcolm X, who is my idol, he once said, education is the passport to the future, for tomorrow belongs to those who prepare for it today. Coach Dirt, Mr. Hicks, all the men here today, myself, everyone here who's here supporting you, we're preparing you for tomorrow. Because when we won't be able to do it, we're going to feel comfortable knowing that it's in your hands. Thank you guys so much.
Y'all better calm down.
What's up, y'all? Y'all know I see all y'all every day in school. Y'all know me, Mr. Donald. Like I say, I grew up out here. Came to this rec center in 1973, Mr. Brown. I was young. Now I work where I was working here. A lot of y'all out here now, Raheem probably don't know it. I talk to y'all every day in school. Y'all turning the lights off, ripping and running, cussing the teachers out. Y'all know who y'all are. Y'all know who y'all are. Y'all be begging me not to call Coos up on that telephone. Everybody in here, man, all adults is trying to help y'all, man. See, a lot of y'all know me as Mr. Down. Y'all don't know, I've done 10 years. I said 10. 10 years straight in the federal penitentiary. I've done 9 years straight in the state system. Is that right, Mickey? And I was off the hook. Off the chain. But I turned my life around. And I say when I get out, I was gonna dedicate my life to helping kids. And that's what I do each and every day, man. I get up 5 o'clock in the morning, I come out here, come to work to the school. I work at the school, y'all know it. Then I go to the rec center. All day long, man. And when I was working here in this rec center, I got one daughter, she's 21 years old. Everybody always talking about mentoring and helping kids out. There was one kid that came in this rec center, man. I love all y'all, that was special to me. Stand up, Danny. That's my son. I adopted him. My family has accepted him. I have accepted him. I come to each and every one of his football games, man. It ain't about materialistic stuff. I had a $3,000 dirt bike delivered to the football field for him. Anything he wants, I give it to him. It's been a couple times where I had to come up in school because he wasn't doing what he's supposed to do, and I went upside his head. Danny passing all his grades now. And I say to y'all, y'all never know who you around. Some of you guys don't got fathers. Danny lost his father. A lot of you kids don't have fathers out here. They're in prison or y'all lost them to the streets. But you got all these coaches and stuff in here, man, that's trying to help y'all, man. I know Dirk do all he can do for y'all, Coosa. And y'all go to school and act like knuckleheads, man. That don't make no sense. And these people here doing something positive for y'all today. So I'm gonna say this. Starting tomorrow, when I see y'all in school, you ain't doing what you supposed to do, I'm gonna pick up the phone, I'm gonna call Dirk Coosa, I'm gonna call all of them. Because I know they ain't gonna let y'all play. Y'all understand? Yeah. All right.
Brother Sam Sadine, where y'all going? Brother Sam Sadine, can you go up to the stage? Be patient. I know y'all hungry, but we ran over a little late, so we got to get these people in. They took time out to get here.
Good evening, men. And I appreciate the opportunity to be here. And I'm not going to take up a lot of your time, but I want to begin by saying peace and love. And I want y'all to say the same thing. When I say peace and love, I want y'all to say peace and love. Peace and love. Peace and love. Peace and love. All right. So what I want to do right now is just get you to think about this room and look around this room. Everything that you see in this room, right? It was a thought, right? Before it was anything, it was a thought, right? So I saw the guy ask you, did you have some aspirations? You had dreams? You raised your hand. So those dreams can become reality. All you have to do is follow them, right? But one of the things you're going to have to do is you're going to have to put this stuff in writing. So hopefully at some point you'll learn how to write your plan down. And all the plan is just to keep you on track. Plans change. But the reality is that you don't take that dream and put it in writing, then all it is a dream. It's going to just stay in your little head. All right? So I'm saying this to you now so that as you continue to go forward, you will understand that there's a process to things that we do and things that we accomplish. It's just like the football team you got. You didn't just wake up and you got these uniforms. Somebody had to generate some money, and they had to go purchase these uniforms before you could get them, right? And the same thing with the season. Y'all got to go through a series of games before you can get to the championship. And hopefully you'll become champions this year. There's one other thing that I want to share with you, a book that I read, and it's a very interesting book, right? And I challenge all of you to read this book. The name of this book is called Jonathan Livingston Seagull, right? And so what Jonathan was, he was a seagull. Basically, all he did was walk up and down the beach like seagulls do, looking for food. But what Jonathan wanted to do, Jonathan wanted to be different. Jonathan wanted to soar in the air like the eagle. And so what Jonathan did, he practiced every day. He would fall, he would get up, he would fall, he would get up. But one day, it came to Jonathan, and he was able to fly like the eagle, right? So all we're saying in that is that consistency pays off. No matter how small the thing is, right? As long as you're consistent at it, you become good at it. And if you want to be the best at whatever it is you want to do, then you have to put time and effort and energy in it. You have to focus. Because you got a lot of life in front of you, right? And so I hope that you're not just playing football, but like the brother was up here talking about, he was into finance. The other brother was talking about being CEOs of companies. That stuff is easy to do, but it's easy not to do. So all we are saying here now is that stay focused, stay committed, and achieve.
I'm gonna call one more guy up, LaVon Finney, and then after that, whoever else in the audience that want to put their hand up because we pressed for time, I just put my hand up and I'll call y'all up. So we're gonna try to make it real quick. LaVon Finney.
Good evening. Good evening, young guys. How y'all doing? Good. I'm LaRon Finney. As most of the folks who spoke today, I grew up in Cherry Hill. Mr. Brown was my mentor. I grew up with Dirt, Eric Hicks, and a lot of other guys in here. So it's a couple things I want to talk about. One of my dear, dear friends is Wes Moore, and he wrote this book called The Other Wes Moore. He grew up in West Baltimore, and there was another guy named Wes Moore who grew up in West Baltimore. My friend was in trouble, ended up going to military school, then he went to Johns Hopkins, then he served in the military, then he went to school over in England to get his Oxford, then he came back and worked in the White House, then he worked on Wall Street in New York. That's my Wes Moore. The other Wes Moore, who grew up on the same street as my friend, got into trouble, committed murder, and is now doing 40 years in prison. The difference between the two of those guys is real simple. One is about expectation. So when you come out of your home each and every day, before you get on the football field, before you go in the classroom, what expectations do you have for that particular day? Are you going to reach your full potential? Are you going to strive to be great? Or are you going to try to fit in? I come back to myself. I grew up in this community, as I said. I have friends who sold drugs. I have friends who were murderers. I decided in 5th grade, because I had a mentor from Cherry Hill Elementary who told me and believed in me. So I ended up going to Roland Park Middle School. Then I went to Poly High School. And because I went to Poly, but also had the training and friendship and leadership from people like Mr. Brown and Eric Hicks and Johnny Davis, I was able to get a scholarship and play basketball in college. It was never my dream to be a pro basketball player. If you are able to be a professional athlete, that's great. That shouldn't be your dream. Your dream should be to reach your full potential as young men. Okay? To reach your full potential as young men. So after I graduated from college, I would always come back out to Cherry Hill, play basketball every Sunday. But my expectations were to reach my full potential. So I worked in corporate America, worked at the Olympics, did a lot of great things that I'm very proud of. But the thing I'm most proud of is when I left that corporate job and started my own company from ground zero. And we built that company to a multi-million-dollar company. Again, it's about having expectations and wanting to be great, not trying to fit in, because the guy or girl who's teasing you, they're probably jealous or scared to do what you're doing. They're probably jealous and scared to put the time in the classroom. They're probably jealous and scared to put the time in on the football or basketball court. Don't listen to people who don't have your best interests in mind. It's about your expectations. It's about surrounding yourself with good people who care about you, who love you, who want the best for you. Don't be around people telling you what you can't do. I hear it every day in this city. We can't do this. We can't go get million-dollar deals. We can't build our own buildings. We can't do this. Stay around people who believe that you can be great, that you will be great, and that you'll do great things. It's real simple to take the easy way out, guys. Not to work hard, not to put the work in, not to stay after for practice if you need to work on something, not to stay after for coach class if you don't know something. Don't worry about people telling you what you can't do. Put the work in. When I grew up out here playing baseball, I had a young guy, he's probably 5 years older than me, coached me for 20 years, Eric Hicks. He told me I was great at 15, 14, 13, and put me in with the older kids. But there were kids next to me, why is Eric playing LaRon on 18 under when he's 13? Because he believed in me. Those are the kind of people you want to be around.
not the people who say you can't do this and you can't do that, okay? The third thing, it's about expectation. It's about having the right circle of influence, having the right folks around you. But more importantly, it's about keep pushing no matter what. We all have great days, we all have low days. I've had my low days. I've lost a ton, I've gotten a ton. But at the end of the day, no matter what we're faced with, live by the motto, I'm gonna keep pushing no matter what. If I'm hungry, I'm gonna keep pushing no matter what. If I'm tired, I'm gonna keep pushing no matter what. If I haven't seen my parents, I'm gonna keep pushing no matter what. If school is hard, I'm gonna keep pushing no matter what. If I don't know the subject, I'm gonna keep pushing no matter what. If I can't run an extra 10 yards, I'm gonna keep pushing no matter what. If you begin to condition yourself that no matter what's in front of you, you're gonna keep pushing no matter what, there's nothing that any of you young men can accomplish. I'm a product of these streets. I'm a product of being around the same things you guys are facing with each and every day. Didn't know my father. Mother had health issues. Had to raise my 2 sisters. Didn't have a lot of money. I came to this rec center. This rec center saved my life. But I had the mentality to keep pushing no matter what. Don't make excuses. Excuses for losers, man. Don't make excuses, all right? Because the same excuse you're making, someone is facing the same problem, but they'll keep pushing no matter what. So they're gonna go to the next level, all right? The final thing I wanna tell you, I'm gonna get all the kids, Dirk told me it's about 110 kids. I'm gonna get everybody a copy of this book. It'll be here by next Friday. It's called The Other Westmore. And the 3 things that stick with me, as I said, it's about his expectations. It's about being around people who believe in you, who love you, who are going to push you, who are going to check you when you're talking when you shouldn't be talking. Those kids care about you, young man. And it's about keep pushing no matter what. Those are the 3 things when you wake up, like you guys don't want to be sitting right here right now, but you keep pushing because this is good for you. When you got to run that hill because you're not listening, run a hill and keep pushing no matter what. I'm going to tell you, if nobody's told you today I love you, I'll come back here whenever I'm called. If Mr. Brown calls me, if Coach Dirk calls me, I'm going to keep coming back because it's important for you guys to see role models. It's important for you guys to see people who have struggled, who have gone through the same things that you're going through. I have my little nephews in the back. They're going through the same challenges that you guys face each and every day. But failure is not an option. And if you do, again, have expectations, keep pushing, and love your neighbor, everything will work out for you. So again, I want to thank Dirk for having me come out. I want to thank you guys for coming. Give yourself a round of applause. All right? And I want to thank all the speakers who came out. Again.
Let me know. You want to come up, Bob?
Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Listen up, y'all. Listen up. Hey, I ain't gonna talk over y'all. Listen up, y'all. Everybody know what the Safe Street program is? Yes. What do we want? No, you know the Safe Street program chant is, when I say what do we want, y'all say Safe Streets. And when I say when do we want it, y'all say now. What do we want? Safe Streets. When do we want it? Now. What do we want? Safe Streets. When do we want it? Now. Okay, we talked about a lot of things today. We talked about everything but violence. Violence leads to more violence. In other words, violence is contagious. You hit me, I hit you. You stab me, I stab you. You shoot me, I shoot you. And it keeps going on. But one thing we're not looking at, we sitting here, we in Cherry Hill, we're in one of the safest places in the city right now. Y'all need to give yourself a hand. You had the police that sat up here, he actually said it. You had a couple guys that spoke, they actually said it. I want to commend Dirk, because I watched this organization grow. It's a lot of green shirts out here. Because, y'all, I'm going to tell you something. If violence was up, them shirts would be down. Everything would be down. Y'all wouldn't be sitting here. Everything in the community would be down. The merchant sales would be down. The schools' enrollments would be down. So we must keep violence down in this community. This is our community. And guess what? Guess who's gonna help us do it, y'all? No, don't put it on State Street. Y'all, because y'all are new generations. It's no more up the hill. It's no more down the hill. It's no more hillside. It's no more Cotton Court. It's one Cherry Hill. It's one Cherry Hill. Because we had that problem years ago. Listen to this, y'all. All of y'all right now, what are y'all? Y'all on the same team, right? So y'all got to stay on the same team. Y'all got to do what y'all supposed to do and keep it moving. That's the only way we're going to keep Cherry Hill together. And what I need all the other guys in the community, all us, we need to stand together, y'all. We need to, just like he said, they need to check each other. We need some help. State Street is only 5 of us. And all us together, we can keep everything in the community safe. Because that's what's going to keep us going. Thank you.
This next guy I'm getting ready to bring up, my man Mickey. This guy here, man, when I was young, let me tell you a little story real quick. When I was young, this the guy I wanted to be like, man. This guy, he might only say he was a gangster, man. And that's all we seen when I was young was gangsters, you know what I'm saying? I gotta tell the truth, man, you know what I'm saying? So we ain't had no guys that was going to college and all that, you know what I'm saying? We looking at the bad guys like, I'm gonna be like him when we little, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna be just like this guy, you know what I mean? He got gyms inside the basement, teaching everybody how to box, how to fight, you know what I'm saying? I don't care how big he was, how little he was. So it's my guy, I want to be like this guy, you know what I'm saying? And first man I went to see in prison, I wanted to be like this guy. I don't know, I got so much respect for this guy, it's crazy. I never been to a prison, so I went to cut and see this guy, you know what I mean? This guy was my hero, I mean, you know what I mean? He carried it like nobody come down our neighborhood. Unless his friend, when he went to prison, I carried it the same way. This is how the big homie did it, so I'm doing it. But he come home with his little funny looking glasses on, nation, you know what I mean? Straighten up, you know what I mean? I didn't know the difference between the nation, I didn't know the difference between the senior, but I know that I had a lot of money, a lot of power, but I was missing something. And what I was missing is spiritual guidance. I wasn't happy. I had everything I wanted as a kid, 16 cars, living by myself, everything. But I had no spiritual guidance, you know what I mean? And going in jail, seeing different dudes, and I finally understand what it was, the religion part, you know what I mean? And that's what drove me to Islam. That was for me. I don't have no problem with no other religion, but Islam was for me, you know what I mean? And this guy is the guy I hold to the highest respect. I don't care if I got $1 million, I'm gonna get up and give him my chair, because this is the kind of respect I got for this dude. So my big homie, Mick.
All right, can y'all get Dirt a round of applause? Come on, give me a big round of applause for Dirt, come on, man. Hey, I like to say this, and truly, I was taught by one who showed compassion to Cherry Hill Recreation Center. This Brown right here, he came to Recreation Center when I was one of y'all. They didn't have football teams, they had like marble teams. So I was one of the young guys that came up here every day. I lived up the rec when I was a little boy. I played marbles up here. I played with Lenny, Eric. I think Eric was just coming around, but I played with Lenny back then. So where y'all at right now, the last time I was on this stage, it was like in 1968, I played Georgie Porgy. So that's what I was playing during that time, because everything that I had to do back then was aggressive. So what my teachers used to do to me is put me into activities that keep me active. So I used to play as a role model. I used to play Georgie Porgy. I used to play Martin Luther King. I played Malcolm X. As a matter of fact, I even played, what was the guy's name? George Washington. So in saying that, I had people around me who was directing me to be the person I am today. I didn't have no guidance. The only guidance I had when I came around the recreation centers, and also when I came around other guys that was like up the shopping center, some of the older guys and things of that nature. But that's all I like to say tonight, man, is I appreciate coming here and try to give my support, but I'm also a coach as well. One thing that I know, when you keep coming to the recreation center, somewhere in your heart you're gonna find that you're gonna become a teacher. And your teacher role is such as Brown showed me, to be a coach, show Dirk to be a coach, and Lenny, and Eric, and everyone else. So what they say, y'all are our role models for today. Y'all gotta listen, follow up, do what you gotta do, stay in school, stay positive. Thank you.
All right, we gotta get ready to get out here because we overtime with the recreation staff, and I'm not paying these guys. But I saved this guy for a reason. This guy, Mr. Brown, you know what I'm saying? Everybody give him a round of applause. Let me explain something to y'all about this guy. This guy is the reason why I do what I do. I've been hanging in this rec since I was 5, 6 years old. This was my second house. I used to live across the street from the rec. He used to give me $1 just so I sweep the floor, so I just want to stay in the rec all day. I don't want to leave. So I get paid $1. All the kids got to leave at 6 o'clock. I'm the only kid in this rec. I didn't have no father. I never had a relationship with my father. My mother wasn't straight at the time. So this is the only male, closest thing I'm going to ever get to a father. He put 36 years in this recreational center right here and raised a lot of us guys out here in this rec. I'm the founder of the Child Eagles program football, but he did it real smooth. I started the football program. He got me, I'm a student. But little did I know, every year he told me he's gonna retire. He said, for 10 years straight, I'm ready to retire. Then he really retired. And guess what he said? I'm passing you the torch. Man, I ain't doing that. I got other stuff to do, man. I ain't got time for all that. But how can a young man disappoint his father? It's the closest thing I got to a father. So now, I gotta do this because he put the burden on me to do this, because he did it to me for 36 years. So now I gotta do it for y'all. So every time I wanna quit, feel like it's getting too much on me, I say, I can't disappoint this man. So hopefully, what I'm doing, and all the other staff, Mike Leach, all my other coaches, everybody, one of y'all will take our place and do the same thing. We can't save the world, but if 2, 3 of y'all do it, the legacy rolls on. So I want to give him the proper respect, my mentor, my pops, Mr. Brown.
Thank you, Dirk. First, I'd like to say honor to God. It's a blessing to be here tonight with y'all. And I'd like to say, how y'all doing, Cherry Hill Eagles? How y'all doing, Cherry Hill Eagles? All right. Fellas, it's really an honor for me to be here tonight, to hear these speakers, that Dirk and all these coaches and all the Cherry Hill people, Keith and all the people out here come out of, look at all these people y'all got working with y'all. It's a blessing. It's a blessing, fellas. And like LaVon said, fellas, don't disrespect me, please. Please. I know some of y'all are talking. I know y'all are tired. I know y'all are tired, and I'm not going to be long. No fella playing right there. I know Kenneth and them work too hard, and Kusa, Eric, and all the coaches, Keith, everyone, all these teachers they had out here, Mickey and all they had, the guests. Fellas, don't mess it up. It's an honor to have someone to do that for. They don't have to do that for y'all. They do not have to do that. It's a blessing in the sky to have someone to do that for you. So show them respect. Not me. Give them respect. That he took time enough to bring these speakers out here to speak to y'all tonight. And they're going to help some of y'all down life. Fellas, ain't too many people going to do this for y'all. They don't get paid for this. All this is volunteer. They do this from the love of their hearts. They do it from the love of your heart. Mike been doing it forever. Michael Leach been doing it forever. He went down to Florida and everything. You know, this for the love of their heart. And it's an honor to me to see him do this. To see Kenneth be calling me sometime. He on the field early in the morning. Father, we got to, and for you, all the other rest of young men, we got to gather around and help them, man. We got to help him. We got to help this brother. He cannot do it by himself. You know? He called me, brother, man, what you doing? Man, I'm on the field by myself. I said, okay, I might ride out there. He know I ain't coming, but I said I might ride out there now. I'm retired, man. I'll pass it on to you. Yeah, and Kusi them call me, him and Eric. But they are doing a wonderful job, and it's an honor, LaVon. I see all my people up here, LaVon and all these, you know, these kids I helped raise. I helped raise, fellas. And one day, it's gonna be y'all turn to come back. And Dirk y'all gonna be saying the same thing about Dirk and Eric and all those. Fellas, I love y'all. Cherry Hill is my home. I love you, Cherry Hill. Cherry Hill Eagles. God bless y'all. Y'all have a wonderful night.
All right, just close. Sit down, y'all little greedy self. Sit down. Listen, this is the end of our show. I appreciate everybody for coming out, man. I know y'all had made sacrifices here. I appreciate y'all, man. We gotta save these kids, man. They are our future, man. So everybody get us a round of applause.
What I'm saying is, if you want it, you're gonna have to get it. See, the problem is for some of you all is that you want other people to win for you. You want other people to play the game for you. I'm your coach. I don't get in the game. You ain't never seen a coach get in the game. Oh man, I'll get in there. I'll just do it myself. No, you gonna run your play. Oh, you getting out of here. Life is not gonna sit there and just give you something. I can give you all the plays in the world, but you're gonna have to do it. My daddy is a winner, so I'm a winner. My mom's a winner, so I'm a winner. My sister's a winner, so I'm a winner. My brother's a winner, so I'm a winner. My boo, my partners, everybody else, my girl, whatever, they're a winner, so I'm a winner. No, it doesn't work that way in the game of life. You're gonna have to be a winner for yourself. You're gonna have to get off the bench and decide, I'm gonna run the right play, to do the right route, whatever I need to do to put the ball in the basket, to put the pigskin in the end zone, to put the puck in the goal. I'm gonna do it. I'm not gonna depend on somebody else taking up my slack. Slack. When you have slack, you'll have lack. You're gonna have to decide that you're gonna get up and you're going to get out there and you're gonna make your dreams a reality. You're gonna have to run the play because ain't nobody gonna do it for you. You're gonna have to get up and decide that I want more than this. GED, that's cool, but guess what? I've got a certification coming. Certification, that's cool, but guess what? I've got a second-year diploma coming, degree coming. Oh, that's cool, but guess what? I got a 4-year degree coming. Oh, that's cool, but I got a master's coming. That's cool, but I got a doctorate coming. Oh, that little corner store, that's cool, but guess what? One day I'm gonna have 2. Oh, that 2 is cool, but guess what? One day I'm gonna have 4. Oh, that's cool, but one day I'm gonna franchise this thing, and it's gonna be nationwide. You always gotta say, what drives me when right now it's not good enough? I'm gonna keep going at this thing and keep running plays until I am a champion.